Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to listen to my capstone poster presentation on the development of an educational resource for kindergarten teachers to support emergent literacy in kindergarten students. This poster was completed by Kayla Porter, Brooke Liel, and Maria Matasha under the supervision of Professor Michelle Leone and Dr. Nancy Craighead at the University of Cincinnati in the College of Allied Health Sciences and Department of Speech-Language Pathology. First, let's start by going into the background of emergent literacy. Emergent literacy is defined as a wide array of skills that are acquired before conventional literacy, such as reading and writing for learning, such as phonological awareness, alphabet knowledge, print concepts, narrative awareness, vocabulary, and oral language. This is often naturally incorporated into family routines and early childhood education. However, there are contexts in which exposure to emergent literacy or literacy skills is not as abundant. We know that the early childhood classroom has the potential to become an important source of emergent literacy experiences and exposure for children, as it creates multiple opportunities to target literacy skills during shared book reading and other classroom activities that include a focus on oral language, print concepts, and sound awareness. However, there is a gap between early emergent literacy skills and what is taught within the classroom, as the classroom's potential for emergent literacy is seldom realized. Early childhood educators provide variable support for emergent literacy development in part because their expertise in this area is limited. Some children are at risk for delays in emergent literacy skills due to diverse home environments, such as socioeconomic status, language impairment, and impoverished literacy experiences. So for the purpose of our current project, we are trying to identify that gap. We are working on identifying current emergent literacy practices used within the early childhood education classroom. And through an educator survey, we aim to do three things. We aim to determine the presence of emergent literacy exposure within the kindergarten classroom, reflectively contrast those practices to the successes in research, and finally provide future implications for a collaborative dynamic between the early childhood educators and the speech-language pathologists. The participants in this study were 6 kindergarten teachers at J.F. Burns Elementary School within the Kings Local School District. They instruct between 18 and 19 students and have at least one English language learner in their classroom. However, there were limitations of this study due to its small sample size and the subjective teacher ratings of the amount of emergent literacy support at home and the amount of collaboration with the school speech-language pathologist. Our participants were recruited from a clinical internship placement of a research team member, and the participants remained anonymous while completing the survey. The survey was used on Microsoft Forms that included 8 questions. The questions were sent in the spring semester of 2022, and the results will be analyzed through the summer semester of 2022. The responses are stored electronically with non-identifiable information attached in a secure, password-protected folder during these semesters, and the destruction of data will be conducted electronically by removing the file from online locations as well as the computer hard drive. This is a qualitative data analysis. Survey responses are exported to a Microsoft Excel sheet to be analyzed and interpreted. So now I do want to stop sharing in presenting mode for the results of this section. Okay, so here are the results. Figure 1, the bar graph, shows the types of emergent literacy supports within the classroom out of 6 possible classrooms, reading from left to right. So in the blue bar, we have modeling reading and writing behaviors. That was 6 out of 6. The incorporation of objects, let's see. The incorporation of objects, symbols, and words, rhythm, music, and other engaging learning behaviors are in the orange. We have providing opportunities for handling and exploring reading and writing materials and teaching print and book awareness. Those are in the remainder of those bars, as well as providing opportunities for just increased book exposure. And then 3 out of 6 of the classroom teachers indicated that they do other supports of emergent literacy. Figure 2 shows that teachers somewhat agree or disagree that students are receiving emergent literacy support at home on a scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. So we have 67% of our teachers somewhat agreed that students are receiving emergent literacy support at home. 33% of our teachers disagree that they are receiving literacy support at home. Our figure 3, the last circle graph on the bottom, shows that teachers have varied responses regarding how often collaboration occurs with the school SLP, ranging from not very often to sometimes to very often collaborating with the speech-language pathologist. So 33% of our teachers indicated that they very often collaborate, 50% indicated that they sometimes collaborate, and 17% indicated that they do not often collaborate. So for our discussion, we know that the literacy supports provided in our study were modeling reading and writing behaviors, incorporating objects, symbols, and words, rhythm, music, and other engaging learning techniques, providing opportunities for handling and exploring reading and writing materials, and teaching print and book awareness. However, some teachers incorporated other supports for emergent literacy, such as small group instruction and partner work, teaching sounds and accurate production of sounds, role playing, explicit vocabulary instruction, intentional seating of students who need more support, and communication with families. And furthermore, those who indicated that they often collaborate with SLPs, as seen in that second circle graph, demonstrate the following in the classroom in addition to exposure to emergent literacy skills: articulation and dealing with anxiety, navigating AAC devices, teaching whole group lessons, and teaching skills necessary for completing activities of daily living. So from this discussion, we see that there is a need for SLPs and early childhood educators to collaborate more, as students cannot maximize the benefits of emergent literacy skills from the classroom exposure alone. So in order to support the acquisition of these skills inside and outside the classroom, SLPs can co-teach lessons, provide literacy-rich classroom materials, educate families on the importance of creating literacy-rich environments, reinforce classroom skills with speech and language therapy to support generalization. So in conclusion, these emergent literacy skills are best developed through an exposure of a variety of supports, provided in collaboration between these educators, families, and speech-language pathologists. And these are our references.